Hi everyone, and thank you for tuning in to this faux TED Talk. Today, I want to explore agricultural sustainability by taking a closer look at two types of food, organic food and local food. No doubt you're familiar with these terms to some degree, but how well can you distinguish between them? And what do they really mean for a future of sustainability? Before we get started, let me ask you a question. Think about the last time you or your family got groceries. How many items did you buy that were organic? Are you familiar with those USDA labels? And on the same grocery trip, how many items did you buy that were local? Do you know which farms you're supporting if you buy local? If you pay more attention to organic produce than local produce, you're actually missing out on a hugely important aspect of sustainable agriculture. Hopefully, these next few minutes will demonstrate why local agriculture is so important and why organic agriculture, while beneficial, might not be the shining solution many think it is when it comes to a sustainable future. According to a 2019 TED Talk by Mohamed Modares, last year American farmers made the least they have in almost 3 decades because they own fewer parts of the supply chain than ever before. Industrial agriculture continues to dominate our food systems, complicate supply chains, promote toxic environmental practices, and capitalize on profit rather than positive human relationships. Many experts and consumers realize that industrial agriculture isn't the solution. But what do we turn to? Organic food has become the easy answer, largely due to the fact that it is juxtaposed against conventional farming. Indeed, in terms of protecting the environment, organic food is significantly better than conventional farming, with a set of regulations that limit pesticides and chemicals and promotes alternative farming techniques like crop rotation to protect the soil and enhance biodiversity. However, in other ways, organic farming is problematically similar to conventional farming. Chapter 4 of Harvesting Justice, a book about transforming agriculture practices in America by Field and Bell, made this apt analogy, that sustainability can be compared to a 3-legged stool supported by 3 areas: economics, the environment, and equity. Organic food has proven satisfactory on the environmental front. The problem, however, lies with the social aspect. Echoing this sentiment, Robert Cohen offers this scathing critique in his 2012 New York Times article. Quote, "The fact is that buying organic baby food, a growing sector, is like paying to send your child to private school. It is a class-driven decision that demonstrates how much you love your offspring, but whose overall impact on society is debatable." End quote. Every year, organic food creeps closer to the methods and practices of industrialized agriculture, becoming more unstable in the economic realm and, critically, the equity realm. So, to support these claims, let's dig a bit deeper into what organic agriculture is. In their 2010 article, Local versus Organic, Adams and Salois critique the creation of federal organic standards. Before these standards, organic food was often linked to small farms, animal welfare, and community support. Now, it is a highly regulated and highly commercialized label. The USDA organic label reflects the presence or absence of substances, but does a poor job at capturing social and economic ideals. The economic system of comparative advantage that drove industrial agriculture is beginning to drive the production of organic foods. Adams reveals how large corporations like General Mills or consolidated food retail outfits like Whole Foods take advantage of increased consumer desire for organic foods and cut out small-scale farmers. And, according to Rachel Saransky in her 2018 National Geographic article, the average age for farmers is now 58. This poses serious problems for the future. Without a younger generation lined up to take on farming jobs, the intimacy and relationships people used to cultivate with the land are being erased, and farming becomes ever more dependent on technology. Organic production is becoming part of the lucrative side of agriculture, adopting large-scale and least-cost models where farms increase in size even as they decrease in number. Indeed, organic food is now suffering from the problems that initially drove the organic movement. And this is where a new movement comes in, supporting local food. Local agriculture is advantageous because it decentralizes power and unifies local communities, strengthening the direct bonds between producers and consumers. Localization can build community economies, preserve cultural traditions, encourage community building, and democratize the food system. This connects strongly to the term coined by Tom Lyson, civic agriculture. Local agriculture can be civic agriculture because it links our food system to the social and economic development of our communities, rather than supporting corporate behemoths that funnel profit to shareholders and CEOs. Rather, local production is about greater access to healthy food and social connectivity. It is about roadside stands and independent grocers. It relies on local resources and serves local markets. Local food can be defined by the quantifiable number of miles it takes produce to get from farm to fridge. According to the 4th chapter of Harvesting Justice, in today's system, a typical piece of food travels, on average, 1,000 to 1,500 miles before it gets to its final point of sale. Local food, on the other hand, is food made and delivered within a 100-mile radius. More than that, however, local food is food that connects producers and consumers, that generates respect for farming, and that supports the community. To get a better sense of what all this means, let's take a closer look at two prime examples of local food integration: farmers markets and CSAs, otherwise known as community-supported agriculture. Starting with farmers markets, these ventures have grown exponentially. In their 2014 article, What Does Local Deliver?, Lev and Hand cited that there were 1,755 markets in 1995 and over 6,100 in 2010, with numbers that continue to rise at a rapid rate. These markets have many advantages. They work as an informal quality assurance program since consumers know who produces their food, and it also gives farmers the chance to connect directly with those eating their product. In their 2008 article, The Impact of Local Markets, Brown and Miller reminds us of one of the most important roles these markets play: visibly encouraging agriculture education. The production of local food drives farmers markets, which play critical roles in linking food to community, sustaining a local economy, and placing power at the hands of the people and the farmers rather than intangible corporations. Another form of promising local production are CSAs, or community-supported agriculture. Jack Kittredge does a good job of explaining what CSAs are in his 1996 article, Community-Supported Agriculture: Rediscovering Community. CSA models directly connect farmers to consumers, where consumers essentially buy shares of a farmer's harvest and then get fresh produce, and sometimes other products like eggs or honey, each week when the food is in season. This innovation has roots from Japan during the post-war world. Kittredge explains that in 1965, Japan couldn't maintain its regular and expensive agricultural practices. So it formed the Seikatsu Club to protect the land, where farmers both farmed it and paid for it. Seikatsu literally translates to food with the farmer's face on it. And indeed, they have become popular today and mean that consumers do get to know the very face of the people who farm their food. They have huge advantages even when compared to the benefits of farmers markets, as Kittredge explains. For example, all people of a CSA share the benefits and risks of each season. If there's a bumper crop, everybody gets more food. But if, say, a disease wipes out a crop, they endure that together as well. This gives farmers more protection and cuts out the middlemen. These CSA models mean regular fresh produce during growing seasons, gives families opportunities to learn in depth about produce and what they're investing in, and provides long-term and constant connection between producers and consumers. Additionally, there's less waste because people must commit beforehand to buying produce rather than leaving it up to the weekly whim of a local market. Farmers get paid in chunk funds that help them pay for expensive startup costs at the beginning of each season, and marketing efforts are done in the winter when farmers are less busy. One of the main concerns with both local and organic food are the prices. Farmers markets often combat this by accepting food stamps, but CSAs go a step further. Many have developed sliding scale payments. They revise the budget based on a member vote, or they substitute labor for cash. Some will donate shares to local food banks or have freebie tables for those who have too much of a particular item to donate some. Harvesting Justice shares a story about a CSA in New York City, where low and high income neighborhoods are paired so that higher income members pay extra and lower income ones less. These two examples are just a glimpse into the power of local agriculture. Industrial agriculture has fractured real relationships between land, producers, and consumers, instead bullying people into a system that benefits corporations. Sadly, organic agriculture mirrors this system more than many recognize. Local agriculture offers hope. It is a solution for communities everywhere, and it is a solution for you. Go to your local farmers markets the next time they're open. See where the nearest CSA is. Find where in your grocery store they have a local produce section. Educate others about the importance of local agriculture. Now, more than ever, we need to distance ourselves from complicated supply chains, move away from crowded grocery stores, and enable small, direct market farmers. Local agriculture, at its core, means righting a wrong. It means returning to a system of production and consumption that guided humans for millennia. Recently, people are beginning to love it again and to recognize how truly essential it is. In 2007, the word locavore was added to the New Oxford English Dictionary. This is defined as a person with an eating preference for local foods. And it could be these people that truly create a more sustainable future, where the environment is protected, where community economies are supported, and where social bonds are maintained. And these people could be you. So with that, cheers, my future fellow locavores.